What is up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Rico, and today we're going to be talking about several different things. We're going to be looking at this gameplay. It's not super epic, but it is what it is. I just wanted to hop onto Battlefield 3, see what was happening, see if there were any servers open, running any good maps and good rotations with good servers, and I was not disappointed. Hopped in here into Armored Kill Death Valley. Nighttime map for the vanilla BF3. This was released towards the end of the BF3 support lifecycle. This is the last DLC. Actually, I don't know about that. I might be speaking wrong here. Aftershock or whatever might have been the last DLC, but either way, really solid map. Has a good flow. There's a good tug back and forth with capturing points between the enemy team, and this gameplay in particular, I felt like it was pretty balanced overall. We did come out with a dub at the end, but of course I'm spoiling that. Anyways, I'm running the engineer class with the Scar H, repair tool, a small, and I don't remember what my squad perks were or whatever, but I'm running a Cobra sight on the Scar H with a vertical grip and a suppressor, I believe, and that is just one of my favorite combos for the engineer class. The Scar H just slaps so good. It's good at range, it's good up close. It's a higher damage model weapon, and really just feels great. I don't know, it's one of those things, it just feels good to me. I can't necessarily put a number on it, but when I'm playing with the Scar H, I just feel like I do better. Plus it looks freaking cool, and in real life it's a pretty sweet gun too. I haven't had the opportunity to actually shoot it, but everything I hear is pretty much good things, except for the warranty. Apparently if you throw a suppressor on it, you void the warranty, which is pretty stupid for a weapon like that, especially with how much it costs from FN, but it is what it is, and really haven't heard anything about people needing to RMA or warranty their weapons, but it happens. So lame that they put that disclaimer on there, but anyways, I'm talking too much about that. The player count on Battlefield 3 is definitely not as much as the newer games like Battlefield 2042 or any of the Call of Duties that have been newer, But when you log on, you can see that there's actually a pretty big player base, and that speaks some volumes, because this is now an 11-year-old game, and it still looks great, and more importantly, it feels great. I know I talked about that a little bit earlier with the Scar Age. It just feels good. Battlefield 3 as a whole just feels better than these newer games, in my opinion, especially compared to the Battlefield franchises. Call of Duty has maintained that pretty consistent feel, I feel like, over most of their titles, but the multiplayer in Battlefield 3 is just really good. Battlefield 4 is still pretty decent as well. I know a lot of people like Battlefield 4 more than Battlefield 3. I'm the opposite. I just find Battlefield 3 to be more enjoyable. And I want to tie this into Reality Mod, because Reality Mod is one of the things that has excited me to get back into Battlefield 3. Reality Mod is what I was hoping for way back in the day. I was hoping somebody would be able to come out with a mod for Battlefield 3 that would turn it into a more realistic experience, similar to Project Reality. I believe some of the people that worked on Project Reality, the mod for Battlefield 2, have been working on this Reality Mod. Now, why I like this Reality Mod even more than Battlefield 2 Project Reality is, yeah, the graphics are a little bit better, and the gameplay is just super fun. It's not as hard to get into as Battlefield 2 Project Reality. The built-in VoIP is so nice. You got the local speak, you got team speak, you got squad speak, and it's just super easy to get in and play with people. And for, I think it's like a pre-alpha state right now, and for being in pre-alpha, it is absolutely great. You're already using the animations and base models and textures and everything from Battlefield 3 for the most part. There are some custom maps which also look great, are super fun to play. Tons of trees, tons of bushes, something that they added, artillery strikes that can wipe out parts of the forest. They're super effective against infantry. And I believe in the future they're going to introduce more weapons, more vehicles, etc. But Reality Mod doesn't focus as much on every single weapon and how customizable it is, etc., etc., etc. And I like that. I like not having to worry as much about the equipment and just worrying more about tactics. And you're really rewarded by pulling off a good flank, you know? That is something that it's harder to do in Battlefield 3 vanilla or any of the other more casual shooters, just because you got enemies running all over the place. You gotta watch every single side, which is, you know, fine. But with a higher damage model, you know, you got one mag, you can maybe take out 2, maybe 3 people, or if you make every single bullet count, but a lot of times it's 1 or 2. And then if you run into anything more than 1 or 2 people, then you're often screwed, you know? Unless you're rolling with a squad and you can just stomp them. But again, it's just a more intense feeling when you're crawling around in the bushes and you're able to pull off a really good flank, knock out a couple baddies, and then continue on to the objective and clear it out, capture it, and then move on to the next one. That is unparalleled, really. And the level of adrenaline that you get from playing Reality Mod or something similar, in my opinion, is way higher than anything that you get in Battlefield 3 vanilla. Not to say vanilla is not fun. It is. It's a lot of fun. I mean, look at this. You got tanks shooting at stuff. You got helicopters shooting at stuff. You're able to run around with a rocket launcher, just shoot at anything. Like, you have these mortars coming in. You got the rocket tanks or trucks or whatever you want to call them. I don't even know what those are called. You got jets flying around. It is absolutely chaos, and that's part of what makes Battlefield fun. So, not to discount vanilla Battlefield at all. It is just a really fun time. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the gameplay now. I should probably shut up. I've been talking a lot. I meant to record my voice over the game here, but I found myself not really talking that much because, first of all, I didn't really have teammates who could hear me, and second of all, I messed up something with my mic, and so it didn't record much of the voice over the course of the gameplay. So that's that. But I never got super good at hitting moving objects with the RPGs or the SMAs. You got a different travel speed for each of those things. The SMA travels faster, doesn't have as much drop as the RPG-7, but it does a little bit less damage than the RPG-7. So when you're going up against tanks and stuff, that makes a pretty big difference. You can see I didn't lead that guy at all, but see right there, that's part of why I love the Scar H. Put it in semi-auto and you can really just whack somebody. Again, I just love the animations. I mean, vaulting animations, reload animations, etc., etc. Battlefield 3 just had a really solid product. Combined with the destruction and just the feeling of all-out warfare, it's a really fun time. You really get that push-pull feel of battle, which I really appreciate. It's sometimes, you know, you get people curb stomping you, whatever, but if you're playing with a good team and things are somewhat balanced, man, it is just fantastic. Taking shots at somebody that's way too far away, but you know, with the Scar H, sometimes it's a possible shot. Knock people at that distance. Come on, I don't remember if I got this guy. Yeah, that's right. Oh, and then, yeah, I should have stood up and got behind the rock before I started to reload, but made myself an easy target there for the sniper.
Okay, I'm getting ready to move. I've spotted it.
I did not actually mean to spawn here. I remember that was an accident. I thought that maybe somebody was on here because of all the helicopter we'd done earlier on top of this building, but nope. We're all clear, so I started making my way over. I love seeing those rockets here. We should look up what that is. What is that? Rocket trucks. They're the M142's mobile artillery system, high mobility artillery rocket system. To be more specific, HIMARS. HIMARS. I don't know. I don't know much about artillery or anything like that. So if I'm making mistakes, I don't really care. So yeah, maybe I should talk a little bit more about what this YouTube channel is and why I'm doing it. I just wanted to give myself the opportunity to challenge myself. I wanted to get better at editing. I wanted to figure out how to record stuff. I wanted to figure out how to record gameplay, and I wanted to be able to share that with other people. Oh man, I was so mad I missed this shot. I heard this helicopter, and I was like, man, I get over there, maybe I can get him in time. But no, anyways, so yeah, I just wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to get better at video editing, and already I've learned a lot. Over the course of 7 days, producing 7 different videos, that has been a challenge, and I haven't got a lot of sleep. But we're learning, and we're improving. And secondly, I wanted to just be able to work on my communication. A lot of times that I just am silent, and that's fine. But I wanted to put myself on the spot. I wanted to be able to be better at impromptu speaking, both in real life and my job, and just in being able to create content. I want to be able to speak clearly, etc., etc. I had a head injury earlier this year, and during that phase, afterwards, I had a pretty good concussion that lasted a little bit. Felt pretty retarded, and just speaking was so hard, man. It was so hard. And so I wanted to, now that I've recovered and I seem to have regained most of my ability and most of my vocabulary, everything like that, I want to get better. I want to push myself. So that's what we're doing right now. Dude, this game is just so beautiful. Like, I know I keep talking about that, but like the sniper glint on the rifle as he's running across the field, little attentions to detail like that, I really appreciate. Seeing the starry night sky, burning wreckage over on my left, rockets from artillery HIMARS going over the bridge here, and bright moon, reflection in the leaves, in puddles. You got bullets flying everywhere. You got trees. I mean, it is just such a cool environment.
Enemy artillery vehicle.
Voices sound awesome. You know, the in-game player models are great.
Rise wide. It's one of the hostiles.
I think I die here pretty soon. I got right up next to this, and that was a mistake. Started taking fire. I was like, oh yeah, dodged him. Fantastic. Only to be taken out by the plane. Which I was never good at piloting, but today I got a little setup going. I got the Thrustmaster. It's actually my little brother's, got for him for playing Microsoft Flight Simulator or whatever way back in the day. And I got all the keybinds set up so that I can use the throttle, use the joystick, I can switch weapons, I can dump flares, etc., etc. And I set up both jets and helicopters, so I'm hoping to provide some gameplay for that later. Every time in the past I tried to fly with mouse and keyboard, and I just really sucked. But I did a little flying around in a map with nobody else in there. Basically, I just wanted to be able to hop in the helicopter, hop in the plane, set up the keybinds, etc. And man, I keep using etc. a lot. I'm gonna try and cut that out. And flying in an empty server, I was able to get the keybinds set up how I wanted, and I found I was a way better pilot with the helicopter, especially, and the plane. Just being able to control the speed variably with the throttle is incredible. Like, that makes a huge difference over the just tapping the W and S keys when you're using the mouse and keyboard. Because W and S, it's an on or off kind of a deal. And with the Thrustmaster, you know, I'm able to variably control the throttle, and that makes a huge difference. And likewise, you know, with turning and everything, just using a joystick is incredible. Oh man, these are moments where it's like, man, what is going on? switched over to semi-auto here, trying to make some hits on this guy. Ended up getting a spot bonus. Making way over here. Need a reload. And the sound in this game is great too. You got directional sound. Guns all sound awesome. Oh, I missed like every shot here. One of those things, this is one of those things where I'm like, okay, going, following my teammates' footsteps. Oh, there's a bad guy. Okay, Scar H. I make a few hits on here. I was surprised I didn't take him down, so I was like, okay, next. And then I see the sniper glint over there on my left, so I'm worried about that. And then a third guy comes in from the right, takes me out. The L85A2. Where's that L86? I can't even read it. I think it's L85. British gun. And we're back in the fight just like that. That is one of the things that's nice about a more casual gameplay. You don't really have much downtime. You're going the whole time. Trying to make moves, trying to play the objective, trying to get some kills. Oh, I was pretty proud of this shot. Didn't end up taking him out, but we had teammates come and finish him off. I got the suppress assist. One of the things that I learned about video editing recently is, so my rig, my gaming rig is also my editing rig. I built it on a budget back in, I don't know, 2020. It was like the beginning of COVID or whatever, when things were starting to get scarce. And I ended up getting a AMD CPU. I think it's the Ryzen 5 1600 AF, and I ended up getting it for like $100, $110, something like that. I think these days it's over $200, which is weird. But anyways, built the computer and edited stuff on it and found that, man, things are really not editing that well. So a friend of mine, I was talking to him about it, and he's like, you can do proxies, which is what I'm doing right now, proxy footage. And it allows you to throw the footage into the encoder, pre-render it, and then you have this lower resolution that you can work with. And that's the game, man. Not that good at talking over videos yet, not really having a plan. I gave myself a few bullet points to talk about, but we will be coming back later. Probably going to be releasing another one tomorrow. Like I said, 30 days, 30 videos.